Hey guys, so look what I got here. Yep, that's the 1983 Camaro. The one I was talking about putting my Ford 351 Windsor in. And it has finally arrived. I finally was able to get the trailer out of the snow. Despite tearing up the yard and making some nice ruts, I got the trailer out. And was able to go get the car, and here it is. So, just good to finally have it here. It's a relatively solid car. It was last plated in 2001. It was actually driven by my girlfriend's sister. She was driving it, and the motor locked up. She forgot to check the oil. So that's what happens when you don't check the oil, is your motor will lock up eventually. And it was parked in a barn ever since until we pulled her out and put her on the trailer. So let's do a walk around and then I'll get up a little closer. But there's a dent on both sides, front corner. It's pretty typical on these. For some reason they just get hit up there. But let's see, hopefully the light shows up. It's a you know, a relatively clean car for something that's spent its whole life here in northern Indiana. So it's again unibody, but probably some of the worst rust is actually right here on the door. It's kind of eating through at the very bottom. But look on the bottom side, it's pretty clean. The floor is all there. Okay, there it goes, finally focused. It's all there. It's all fairly clean, enough that I'm not going to stress and worry too much about running it. So, I mean, typical surface rust, but nothing too major that we can't either repair or modify or something. Here's the wheel well, and again, kind of some rails. Now I am allowed to, kind of reading ahead in the rules, the one Derby I'm allowed to run hump plates, so I might actually just run some plates on this. Even though it's unibody, can't hurt to have a little bit of extra reinforcement. Assuming that the rules actually you know, allow, after I get some clarification. There's the gas tank. Rear end is all there. Looks like it was kind of sitting in a little bit of water, but in a little bit of moisture in the barn, but overall not too bad. Keep walking around here. It has aluminum wheels, so those are going to have to go. Kind of well, corroded. It's aluminum, doesn't rust. Tires, man, these things have so much tread left. They were near brand new when this the motor blew up, and it's a shame they were sitting there so long that now they're just dry rotted terribly. And this one actually is already going soft. I've picked this thing up, probably put air in it about I don't know, maybe 45 minutes ago or so, and it's already getting soft on me, so that kind of stinks, but oh well. Again, let's kind of take a look at the bottom side over here. Similar story. Relatively clean. I smell some gasoline, so I'm guessing that one of the lines is probably a little rotten, and whatever there is left in the world of gas in the gas tank is varnish. You can smell that bad gas. So no surprise there, quite honestly. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's still pretty solid. And let's get this side as well. Now, I've never ran a Camaro before, but some of you guys have had pretty good luck with them, so kind of going to take some of the advice that you guys have given me and going to try to incorporate that, as well as going to have my own stupidity of putting in such a big motor in this car when it's completely not necessary. Yes, I know that. You can comment on that if you want, but I'm still going to put a V8 in this Camaro because I can. And I'm going to put on a show for the crowd, because that's what it's all about, putting on a show. So, there's the full walk around. We'll step up here on the trailer. No motor in this. When it blew up, they pulled it out. Oh man, it's binding on me a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Still has the transmission in it, standard. But on the underside here, apart from being just really dirty from a barn, it's relatively clean. There's rust around the top of the shock towers, but this side is pretty clean. I mean, you know, it's not a super old car, well, at least not to me, but it, you know, it's not super new either, so mostly solid. I'm thinking, and the way that steering is, I should be able to get my Ford to drop in pretty nicely. I'm gonna have to build up some nice hardy blocks for the engine mounts to go in there, but apart from that, it should drop right in with a little modification to the firewall. So see how that goes. Alright, now this was sitting in a barn for last about 13 years, and so it had some moisture issues in the inside for sure. So does not smell good in here at all. It smells like a damp blanket that's been sat outside for, you know, 13 years. So mold and mildew and you name it. Now this does have T-tops, which kind of stinks because I'm gonna have to take those out obviously for the Derby, and gonna have to patch them, and then I'm gonna do a halo bar across the top of it for safety, so I don't have to worry about this thing collapsing on me. But yeah, it just kind of stinks. But if any of you guys need T-tops for an '83 Camaro, you know, make sure to send me a message or something, and I'll try to hook you up. I even have the original case for them. So yeah, just really dirty. It's been sitting in a barn for 13 years, and the inside, probably the best thing I can do for this to keep it from rotting anymore is just to get the interior out of it, and that carpet that just holds the moisture out. So let's just stand up here, and alright, that tailgate is pretty hefty, and I think it's kind of partially frozen solid, but it's kind of the same story in the back. It's damp carpet. At least it was damp at one point, and just doesn't smell very good. But we're excited to build this thing up. It ought to be a lot of fun. Just nice to finally be able to get it here in Fort Wayne and get to work. So there you go, guys. That's the '83 Camaro. Keep checking in on this one because I got some fun things in store. It's going to be a pretty mean looking car when I get done with it. So definitely keep checking in. It's going to have my 351 Windsor V8 in it, as well as some other modifications that the rules allow. So keep checking in. It ought to be a lot of fun. So until the next video, we'll talk to you later, guys.